everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the start of a brand new island. I recently finished my cottagecore island called Sycamore and I was keen to get stuck straight into a new island and delete the save data from another island I'd previously worked on. I've known what theme and builds I've wanted to do for this island for quite a while, so all that was left was to go looking for a map to make the island a reality. In terms of what I was looking for, there were only two requirements. I needed resident services to be as far away from the airport as possible, and it also needed to be fairly central on the island. Everything else was practically irrelevant because of what I had in mind. I was only focused on what the map looked like and whether or not it would work with the main theme I had in mind. The only question was, could I find a map that matched everything I needed, or was I just being really difficult in what I wanted? I had 2 hours to see if I could find an island, and this is what happened. Who's excited? I am so excited about this, but also terrified. This is going to be so much fun. Goodbye, Lollipop. Hello, New Horizons. Yes, the New Horizons entrance music and all that again. Goodbye, Lollipop. 3, 2, 1. And when I can do it, goodbye. We are starting again. Let's go then. I rolled for the first map and it looked like we were off to a really good start. Only the top left was potentially going to work for what I had in mind, but the biggest problem that I noticed was how far left the airport was. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be too bothered about this, but because of how the island was going to be laid out, I had a lot of question marks as to whether or not this would work with the big build that I was planning. However, on this occasion, it looked like I couldn't quite make it work. Without saying too much, the idea of my entrance is you're going to see a really big thing in front of you and it's going to be very detailed. And then you're going to have to climb up an incline to then go through a series of rooms to then see what's actually going on the island. I've thought this through and I can't really say much without revealing the theme yet. I rarely see islands with resident services that far away, I know. We'll roll again and we'll see if we can find something better. Because the airport does appear at any possible point at the bottom of the river. We can't change the airport location, but you can re-roll the same map multiple times and the airport will be in different places along the South Beach. So it doesn't matter. As long as resident services is quite far away. So that map layout I'd be okay with. It's just where the airport is. I'm like, I don't think that's going to work with what I've got planned, but we will see. Do you want the airport in the middle or on the right-hand side? The airport, I'm not too bothered as long as there's... I would personally say if I had the choice, it would be middle-ish. And go with that, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter. The only thing with the one that we had was it was a little bit too far to the left. So I was a little bit worried about some of the plans I've got for decorating that side. I was going to run out of space. That's what's going through my head. So it has to be a little bit further in. Okay, that's probably a little bit too close. Yeah, that's going to be too close. That's fine. We will re-roll again. Oh dear. What's the chances I'm going to regret doing this and just not loading into the first map we got? The third re-roll left us with 4 maps which weren't going to be right. All of them had resident services either too close to the airport or not central enough for me to decorate around to create the look I wanted. At this point, I felt like it was important enough to share that I was trying to make my island into a giant building, and that was why I needed space on all sides of the island to make it work. To be clear on how much space the maps truly had, though, we loaded into the bottom right map, which was the better option of the 4, to check the spacing to see if everything would work out how I would like it to. Okay. Okay, that's not the worst in the world. How far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's quite far. It's more like how far is it away this side than anything else. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be a little bit tight, I think. After checking the map, I was confident that I could find a space that would work for me, but it was apparent that the plans of making a giant building on my island were going to be made much more challenging than I thought. I was confident, though, that I would be able to find something that worked, and then I went looking for the fourth map and found something that was rather interesting. Okay. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Whoa, it's so far back. It's really far back. Ignore the river. The river is not going to stay. Is it too close? That's the question. That seems far, but it's too close to the beach. I know. Let's look at it. The distance is very far back. Just the fact that it's so far away. It might work. We'll try. We'll try it and we'll just see if it's too close to the side. I think it's too close to the side, but we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure with this map, because I can't actually see it, I'm pretty confident, because I don't have a vaulting pole, it's going to be really difficult to tell. I think it's too close to the beach on this side, which is really frustrating. I mean, is there a way that I can actually, like, see it? That tree on the outer edge is probably as close as I can get. Right, let me... No. I'm going to say that this isn't a no-go, because, yes, that map is really far away. Like, resident services here, airport, running, there. That's really far away. It's always frustrating that you can't see the full map when you first load into the game. And looking back at this now, I think I can safely say that a double south river is really hard to judge whether a map is going to work out for you, purely because you can't get to the beaches on both sides of the map. It's always a bit of a guess as to whether or not you can make it work for you. However, the hunt for a new map continued, and I was determined to find something that could work for me, and then I found something which made me really excited. Hello! For those who can't tell, Resident Services is perfectly aligned to the end of the airport on the top left map. I've never really seen this before, so I wasn't going to waste the opportunity to go in and take a look at the map, as it was basically what I wanted as a dream map. Even knowing that Resident Services was probably going to be too close to the airport for me to make the building didn't put me off going in to check the map anyway. Okay. We're just seeing what the distance is like from the airport. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. If I was clever about it, I could probably make that work. The reality is, it is perfectly in the middle. So it has the space on the sides for what I need. So the plan is, there would be, you would walk in and you would look up and you'd see a giant building. Then what you would do is you would climb up an incline to go into the building. And then you'd wander around some offices and some rooms to see all of the things that are going on. And then you'd come somewhere like here, but you'd be higher up. And then you'd look down and you would see resident services and exactly what caused the downfall. That sounds epic. It's a pretty big ask. So the question is, do I take it when I'm not entirely convinced about this? So again, with the road, you'll need at least 4 to 6 spaces. That's the thing. So I'd want an edge to be like a footpath or something, which would need to be at least 2 tiles. Then a road, you're going to need at least 3, if not 4 tiles. And then I'm going to need at least 3 to 4 tiles to then make the front of the building. Then I'm going to need some space to actually make an office space. And then a little bit more to make a viewing platform. And then you look down. That's going to be quite a tall ask with that space. It would be possible, I think, but I'd have to cut back on some of the ambition. And I'm just like, I don't know. It was a good map option and I was really tempted to take it, but after wandering around and really thinking about it, I knew that keeping the map wasn't going to be the right decision. It would be better for me to find a map that had all of the core features that I wanted and that I could work with, rather than taking a map which had the perfectly aligned resident services and airport, but not have enough space to make the entrance that I wanted. I'm not sure a map big enough is a thing. I know. Every time we're like, these maps are so big. They're so much bigger than they were in New Leaf. And then we start decorating it. It's like, there's never enough space for anything. Ah! Why do you do this, game? I don't know whether to laugh or cry. This is not fair. Why? No! No! We will try another map. We will try another one. The perfect map does exist. The perfect map does exist. The perfect map does exist. Okay. That one might have the airport too far to the right. That one's not as far back, but it's not a bad option. I say we try this one. What do we think? Top right looks good. Go for it. Let's try it. It's definitely far enough away, but we'll see. Okay, so ignoring the peninsula, so it would have to stop here. So I'm just counting in my head so that I know what's going on. Okay, so it'd be round about that tree. It might be a little bit too small there, but that's not the worst. Like, it could work. So if I'm saying that I want at least 4 for a road, plus a bit extra for a car park, plus a bit more for a building, plus a bit more for rooms for you to walk in, and a little bit extra for a viewing platform, then look down. That may work. I think this might be it. So I'm going to just close the poll then, and I think we're going to take it then. Let me go start the process then of talking to boys and things. After an incredibly long time, we found the map that was perfect for everything I wanted to make on this island. Starting a new island is incredibly exciting, and what makes it all the more fun is seeing all of the custom codes you're going to use to make the island come together. If you want to see more about the theme that I'm doing for this island and what custom codes I'm going to be using on this island, you should check out the next video when it becomes available, because I'm so excited about how this island is going to come together. And I'll see you in the next one.